At one point, I was told we are good in the East. Sit back, watch, and learn. I've been sitting back and watching the Bucks lose back-to-back games.
Are you done?
And win by whiskers. I'm like, even when Giannis is dropping 50 points,
Yes.
season high, you still don't show up. What's your excuse? Bring those excuses with wheelbarrows and trucks and train and whatever you want. Bring even with the crane. Carry them. I want to hear.
My friend, even before we start excusing, I want to show you something that came on the mail. and
Yes, sir.
it is for the next greatest man ever.
Yes,
so you'll
sir.
be seeing me rocking this very soon. I have to brag it to you. I have one
I
of the
salute you, my friend.
This jersey is iconic. Trust you me, in 20 years from now, this jersey will be selling. Have you seen, do you know Robinson, the baseball player? The first black
Yes.
baseball player. I went
Yes.
to get one of his jerseys, so that I can surprise someone. Because they don't like any game, but they like that movie because it was the first black baseball. So I was like, okay, I'll buy this someone a baseball jersey for the Robinson, because you know, if you buy that one, it's like you are supporting baseball across the board.
Yes.
Man, I think it is the most expensive jersey on sale right now.
Are you kidding me?
Go buy. And that's why I was showing you. Go check. You know, what is expensive to me might be peanuts to you. But I'm telling you right now, this jersey, in 20 years,
I salute you.
in 20
I
years,
salute
I'll
you.
have to frame it and sell it to the highest bidder.
And yeah, yes, I salute you
Yeah.
on that, man.
So
That's-
I even have. Okay, now I was digressing. Back to your question.
Yes.
Man,
Take your time. Take your time and collect your thoughts and bring them. I have all day.
my first defense, Your Honor, the first two games we've lost back to back. The other half of the dynamic duo was outside. I will start defending myself with that, though I know it's not enough evidence. The half of the dynamic duo, who was Damian Lillard, has been out with a calf injury. But I'm not saying that the Bucks should now lose. And we've been close to winning, and they've been beating us by a whisker. However, I'll say this: I miss Jrue Holiday. And the reason we are really struggling right now as the Bucks is because on our defense, things are not all that good. We have a lot of loopholes, allowing the opponents to pass through.
Your defense is ranked number 20 in the league right now.
Yeah, actually, if it's 20, there was a time it was 28th. That's like the second lowest. 28th, when we were, I don't know who we were playing, but the analysis was ranking it 20. Our defense is bad. I must confess, I'm a person who speaks the truth. However, am I a worried man? Am I scared that we are gonna lose this? One thing I will say is no. I still have faith that this team has great potential with the people we have in. In the defensive end, you see people like Brook Lopez, Malik Beasley. These are people
Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis. They have to step up, and they are. Bobby Portis is really stepping up a good one. Malik Beasley is doing it great. Brook Lopez, for some reason, he had to be switched from the defensive because he was having a lot of technicals while on the defense, fouling whoever, and even I remember when they were playing this team. Was it the Detroit Pistons? And at the crunch time, he had to foul somebody. Right, that's the time you're not supposed to foul, but he did. So that's why I'm saying, I started by saying I miss Jrue Holiday. However, he is where he is. I wish him all the best. Back here, man, Giannis is giving his all. Giannis is doing what he does best. Giannis is playing his A game. You remember how you were saying LeBron will still be LeBron even if they didn't win? That is what Giannis is doing right now. He's scoring 54 points, still they lose. He's doing, yes, the other day he scored 34 points, they still lost. Why? It is just our defense. And number two, I will say our coach is not as experienced as Budenholzer was. Like the coordination, and this is something I've been saying since we started this podcast. The coordination of the team, like go the one touch, two touch, shoot. It is lacking a little bit. The game that Giannis scored 54, most of his points he had to drive in, But I miss these days when the Milwaukee Bucks would easily pass to the wing and have that swift movement and in. However, once in a while they give us that. But we've only lost 2 games. I'm not as mad. I'm not worried. I'm not crazy about it. This is NBA. You will never win all your games straight. And even if it was a playoff, we will still be 2 games down. People have come back from 3 games down to win the playoff. So I'm not as worried about the Bucks. I'm not as worried about will we make it. And when it comes to this in-tournament championships, we are winning. We've not lost any yet. We've not lost. We are fighting tooth and nail. Let me tell you one thing. I hope Damian Lillard comes back to the court as soon as possible. I like him because, I don't know, there's something about Damian Lillard. He will give you a very easy 15, 18-point game. But then when he realizes it's the 4th quarter with 5 minutes to go and we are down 4 points, that's when this guy wants to tell everyone what time it is. I don't know if that is his style. I wasn't watching him much in the Portland. I've just watched his highlights to see how those threes go. But now I'm watching him closely in the Milwaukee Bucks. There's just something he does at the crunch time. That's when he pops up out of nowhere. Damian Lillard, if you're watching, we want that demo time from the start to the end. The way Giannis Antetokounmpo is giving it to us. However, what happened that day when we were on the winning trajectory and the ref kicks Giannis Antetokounmpo out? What did he do? Number 2, I wanted to answer before I release my frustration. The next game, when we were playing against the Pistons, or I think it was the Pistons, again, a dunk is made, the coach is sent out. I'm not understanding what's going on. And I'm still waiting on reports to see what exactly happened. Like, you can't celebrate anymore. You cannot dunk and show emotion. They want all players to be like Nikola Jokic. It cannot work. It cannot work. This is even lowering the team's esteem. Because, okay, why would I fight so hard only to be ejected? The only crime Giannis did in that game was to fight so hard. That's why I think he was so angry. The next day, he dropped 54. He was sending a message to these officials. If you let us play, we will play. I was very disappointed. I'm not worried about us losing, but I'm worried about these officials. I'm worried about their calls. I'm worried about the things they do to make us where we are today. I don't know what you think.
I mean, just a point of correction. You've lost 2 games back to back.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the season is, you've lost 4 games. You're number 8. You're sitting number 8 in the East at the moment. I don't want to say which number you are or in the general ranking of the league, but in the East, where you told me you're going to dominate it, you're going to be number 1. You're sitting at number 8.
No.
Atlanta Hawks is above you. Orlando
cannot
Magic
sit
that
at
beat
number
you is
8.
above you. You are at number 8. I'm checking it's here. Check it. Miami Heat is above you. Indiana Pacers that beat you the other day is above you. New York Knicks, even New York Knicks of all the teams is above you. If the league was to end today, you wouldn't even qualify for the playoffs directly. You would be going through that play-in season where you squeeze yourself to be allowed to go to.
My friend, you cannot laugh at us like that.
You sold us a hot potato, but it's okay. I mean, I just wanted you to be aware. And I'm
Okay,
glad
I'm
you
seeing
are.
it now.
But
I'm
anyway,
seeing it now.
Anyway, let me go back to what you said. I watched that game and that was poor officiating. I agree with you. And I think something needs to be done. And I think the number one responsibility starts with your franchise. What did you guys do afterwards? Did you guys launch an official complaint about those two unfair calls? But be it as it may, I think the referees and the officials need to, watch these games with a keen eye. A lot is at stake. These people put in a lot of work. And to be kicked out in a game that you did nothing, all you just did was to show your emotions, I think that's really, really, really disappointing and outrageous, to say the least. So I agree with you on that. However, so far, Milwaukee Bucks has played 10 games, and I would say 11 games considering the in-season tournament, but that one aside. But you've won 5, you've lost 5. You've won 5, you've lost 4. You've played 9 games.
At least you've won more.
On paper, coming into this season, I think Milwaukee had the best assembled team this season. We are yet to see what that means. I don't know if you also, James Harden, you're asking for more time for you guys to get the chemistry. We wish you best of luck. Take your time. But I'm here to remind you that the Celtics are not waiting for Drew Holiday to blend in. They're not waiting for Porzingis to blend in. They mean business. And the 76ers, who have the best league record in the league and the best record in the East, they are fine in the East. They're okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to... It might take you... It might cost you an arm and a leg for you to reach where 76ers are. The level at which they are playing. The dynamic duo of Giannis and Damian Lillard, I mean, I'm not discrediting it, but we are yet to see. Nothing convincing. No game. If we take away the Miami Heat's game, there's nothing they've done that we can talk about. And you agree with me.